Hello friends. Sometimes it happens that after technical evaluation, when you open the financial bids, you find that rates are not workable. You have concerns that it is unlikely the material will be delivered by the bidder at this price. So what are the provisions which are available on GEM? Before going that, we have to find out what are the guidelines of Department of Expenditure and how the Department of Expenditure defines what is unworkable rate. As per the manual of Department of Expenditure for procurement of goods, abnormally low bid is a bid which is so low that it raises material concerns as to the capacity of the bidder to perform the contract at the offered price. Although although bidder may be technically suitable, but whether he is capable also to supply at this offered price, that has to be checked. So what are the guidelines to deal with these unworkable rates? Guideline says bidder the buyer may seek the written clarification from the bidder to demonstrate whether he is capable or not to supply the quality of material at the given price, at the quoted price. Once bidder submits his documents and on the basis of the documents submitted by the bidder, the procuring entity, that is buyer, may determine whether whether the bidder has demonstrated his capability or not, and on the basis of that the buyer should take decision either to reject the bid or accept the bid. Department of Expenditure has also mentioned that it would not be advisable to fix some percentage below the estimated cost in which we would automatically considered as a abnormally low bid. Suppose your estimated price is 100 rupees. You can't say that if the rate has been received less than 70 rupees or 60 rupees, you can't prefix that percentage below the estimated price, which we automatically considered that it is a abnormally low bid. That has to be decided on the case to case basis. And it has also been mentioned in the guideline that when you are drafting the specifications, you should take care the due care. Otherwise, it may happen that some specification may be ambiguous, and due to which some bidder might have quoted the lower price. For example, you are procuring a all-in-one computers, and you have mentioned that hard disk is required 1 terabyte, but you have not mentioned whether you required SSD drive or not. And on the basis of that, it may happen that some bidders might have quoted the lower price even though your requirement may be the SSD drive, but you have not mentioned in your specifications. So you should frame the specifications very clearly without any ambiguity. Now, when we come to GEM, presently there was no provision to deal with the cases of unworkable rates. If buyer finds the rate quoted by the bidder is of rate quoted by L1 is very low as compared to estimate and it is not unworkable, then the requests are required to be made to the GEM team, and in these cases are dealt at the back end by at the back end. It means the manual intervention was involved. As you might have seen in my previous videos, when the GEM was introduced, there was one objective, and the object still the objective of GEM is to minimize the manual intervention. Therefore, to avoid this type of manual intervention, GEM has introduced a new system. So till your financial ranking. It means you will float your bid as you were doing earlier. You will open the technical bids. You will do the technical suitability as you were doing earlier. But once you open the financial bid and you find that the rate quoted by the L1 is unworkable, then there is a provision is given where you can seek the justification. Earlier, this tab was not available. Now, if you find the rate quoted by L1 is not workable, you may seek the justification. After finding, when you open the details, you will find that there are the details provision is there. In detail provision, you may check that the price of the individual item rate wise, and after that you may seek the justifications. In justifications, you are required to mention why you are asking, why the price justification is required. You have to give the reasons, and you may upload the documents also. Then, in response, do you need any response in the document forms? Means is the seller is the seller is required, is the seller is required to submit the documents? Yes or no? You can view the history also of the justification you have sought previously, and the bidder will get the opportunity to respond back to the justifications requested by the buyer. Here in the at their concerned the participation page, here you can see that he will find that he has been technically, he may check that he has been declared qualified as a technically, as per the technical suitability, he has been find qualified for the bid. Here the price justification has request has been short, so he can click and view and reply. He can he can check the documents also. So here seller is required to explain why his rates are justified. He is required to upload the documents in support of that. He will give the justification as well as upload the documents. On the basis of that, the buyer will decide. Buyer can view the response. Buyer can view the response submitted by the bidder. These are the files which the buyer may check. Sorry, view the file. He can see the reason also, the description also, and view the file. After that, buyer has to decide whether to disqualify the bidder or to move forward with the other bidders, or he may accept the response of the bidder and he may place the order. If he decides to disqualify the bidder, then he is required to take the approval of the competent authority. And who will be the competent authority? That depends upon your organization SOP, the schedule of power. You as a buyer may also be the competent authority, or your higher officers may be the competent authority. So you are required to upload the approval of the competent authority. Once the L1 is disqualified, then it will come as a disqualified and L2 will become L1. Now you can repeat this process. Suppose you also find that now the L2 rates are not workable also. If you find the rates of L2 also are not workable, then you can also take the same steps which you have taken for L1, and so on. You can keep on going on, and till you get the workable rates. But there is a catch in this, and that is very obvious, that you cannot mark the last bidder as a disqualified. If you disqualify the last bidder as also the rates are not workable, then you are required to cancel the bid, and you may means invite the fresh bids, as because all the bids are not workable. You may also require to review your estimates also. So these provisions earlier were not there, and gem has introduced these features. So if you find that L1 is not workable, you may use these features of gem. Okay, thank you very much for your patience here.